students, my name is Mr. Dawson, straight from Kapow Mag's head office, and I'm here to teach you a very important lesson on behalf of GamesYouLove.com. Welcome to Arcade 101. Hello class, Mr. Dawson here and welcome to Arcade 101. I'm Matt, I am from Kapow Mag and I will be coming to you directly through GamesYouLove.com, and I'm going to tell you about some of the best arcade games and some groundbreaking arcade games that you still need to play. Every week we're going to bring you a different episode and we're going to focus on every letter of the alphabet until we go A through Z. But before we get there, we need to start with the numbers. So welcome to your first lesson. 88 is the third instalment of the Track and Field game series by Konami. Released in 1988, you test your skills against other world-class athletes over 9 different events. As the name implies, it is loosely based on the 1988 Summer Olympics in Seoul, South Korea. The game can be tough on your hands and even worse on the cabinet buttons, as bronze or silver medals are not good enough to get you through the game. You have to go for gold to get to the next event. My favourite events have to be the skeet shooting, long jump, and archery, as well as the button bashing craziness of the classic 100 metres. Simple gaming at its best. There are also a few added secrets in the game. One is where in the archery, if you get a bullseye on the last shot, you unlock a bonus where you get to shoot an apple off the head of a cat. "1942 is a vertically scrolling shoot 'em up made by Capcom that was released in the arcades in 1984. It is set to World War II and the goal is to reach Tokyo and destroy the entire Japanese fleet. 1942 was one of Capcom's first breakaway hits, eclipsing the popularity of the previous games, which were Vulgus, Sonsen and Pirate Ship Hiragimu. In 1987 it was number 1 in the UK arcade charts. While it was not as popular as some of Capcom's series that would debut later in the 80s, things like Street Fighter, Mega Man in particular, 1942 would become one of the Capcom's hallmark games through the arcade era. 4D Warriors is a horizontal scrolling shooter in which you take control of the jetpack-propelled space warrior who travels between parallel universes and wormholes, hence the name 4D or 4 dimensions. By flying over the top of the playing field, you end up in an alternative universe. You travel back and forth, defeating enemies until you reach a boss level. On some occasions, a wormhole will appear in the middle of the game that if you travel through, you are taken to extra bonus levels, and they are properly weird. The game contains at least 6 distinct worlds, as well as has bonus worlds that you access via the wormholes and other ways, like mirrors and large monsters that pop and eat you and drag you through. 720 is a 1986 skateboarding game by Atari Games, and it is notable that alongside with BMX Simulator, it is one of the first extreme sports video games. It also has a unique time structure that requires the player to score points in order to keep the game going. Named after the ultimate trick, a 720, turning a full 720 degrees in the air after jumping off a ramp, 720 degrees has the player controlling a skateboarder around the neighbourhood, scoring points by doing jumps, tricks, and then the player can eventually acquire enough points to compete at a skate park. The player has to perform stunts both in and out of the events and in the park in order to earn the points needed to acquire tickets. Thus, the player score is directly tied to the amount of tickets you have to buy and to win to be able to play the game. In order to win, the player must compete in a total of 16 events through 4 hubs, which, trust me, is a very difficult task. But this game really did set the trend. There you have it. There's the first 4 of our arcade games which you need to make sure you play at some point. And the start of this series 101. I have been Matt Dawson. Thank you for tuning in on behalf of everyone at Kapow and of course everybody at GamesYouLoved.com. Please subscribe, share, like, and why don't you drop us a comment and tell us what you think of the games that we've shown today. Tune in next time as we'll be moving on to A. Happy gaming.